up? What up to my people? What up to my people? What up to my people? What's good? What's good? What's going on? What up to my people? Yeah. What's goody goody? What's good? Oh, okay, I can flip this. What up to my people? What's going on to my people? What's good, fam? What's good? Happy Saturday. What's good? What up to my people? Ain't no one equal. It's your man Vacay. Let me know you can hear me loud and clear in the chat. Let me know you can hear me loud and clear in the chat. Loud and clear. The mic's down here. Let me know you can hear me loud and clear. What's good, family? What's good? How we do? How we do? Man. How we do? How we do? What's going on, fam? We are back. We are back with another live event. I see you, MAC, in the building. Salute. What's good, homie? I sound A1. Salute, my guy. Salute, my guy. Shouting my peoples out. My fam, the Vacay fam, the Raising Kanan fans out there. You know, we gotta elaborate on this whole incident that happened. You know, we need to talk about this, fam. We gotta get into it. We gotta get into it. You know, it's another beautiful day out here in Vegas. Breezy Breeze in the building. What's good? Famous. Shake of my head. I didn't realize how much I'd miss him. You miss him? You miss the boy. I feel you, man. That's why we gotta talk about this. I gotta check on my people. You know what I'm saying? Whenever incidents like this happen, we gotta check on each other. You know what I'm saying? We gotta check on each other. Make sure everybody's all right. You know what I'm saying? I don't want nobody jumping off no roofs or doing crazy stuff because Famous is gone. We can't have that. I need y'all here. I need y'all right here. Family, you know, this is another edition of your boy VACAY-J. Deserve it or not. Deserved it or not. Now, before we get started, because you know I ain't gonna hold you, but before we get started on this boogie right here, definitely gotta shout out all my existing subscribers and all my new subscribers. Thank you, fam, for carrying us over 18,000 subscribers on our way to 20, 25, 100,000, a million. Family, I appreciate y'all for rocking with your boy. Appreciate y'all for locking in. You already know, fam. Let's keep this thing going, fam. So shout out to y'all. Y'all the real MVPs. Salute to y'all for carrying us over 18. Let's keep this thing going. Thank you, Breezy Breeze. Thank you, fam. I see y'all on the screen. I'm doing horizontal today. I don't know if I could flip this at any time. I'm going to try it because I don't see a way to get these pics that I had, man. I had some pics. I may have to flip it to this horizontal. I'm doing this vertical today. You know me. I be messing around with a couple things. You know what I mean? Let me see something. Let me see if I go like this. Oh, what's this? Share to your audience. Oh, that's just me sharing in the audience. Here I go trying out stuff. Horizontal now. So, fam, let's get into it, fam. Let's talk about it, right? Mano, let's just be real about it. That's the one thing I love about my Vacay fam. Y'all always gonna keep it 1,000 with me. Y'all gonna share your thoughts. They're gonna let me know, what's the real, because that's what we do right here. We talk about the real, and we keep it 1,000 with each other, just being honest with each other. Whether we agree or not, that's what I love about my Vacay fam. Whether we agree or not, we gonna talk about it. You know what I mean? We gonna talk about it, be honest with each other without being on some, I don't like you because your opinion is different. Everybody got different opinions, you know what I mean? So fam, deserved it or not, man, let's talk about it. Famous, man, look. Some people say, hey, Famous did not deserve to get taken out, right? Now, again, we don't know who. We'll talk about that in a minute. You know what I mean? Bree says, you know, I'm prepared to always disagree with you. Especially when it come down to Brees, I know. But Brees is on the Breeze is on the way. Breeze is on the way. Thank you, HFG. Thank you for everybody's contribution here. All of you guys in the chat. I appreciate all of y'all for rocking with your boy. You know what I'm saying? For real. Like these are dreams coming true. You know, it's a labor of love. You know, I'm in my mobile studio right now. You already know I've been moving and stuff like that. So I appreciate y'all for rocking with your boy. I'm going to continue to do my best to get y'all the entertainment. But let's get back to Famous, man. A lot of people feel like Famous didn't deserve it, man. And I'm going to talk about both sides, man. A lot of people feel like your boy Famous did not deserve to be taken out the way that he did. You know, he wasn't built for this. Kanan knew it, even though he tried to force him into the game, force him to stay in the game. You know, we remember Famous, man. Famous was being lazy. He just wanted to smoke all day. We thought he was on crack at some point, right? But Famous was just not built to be an entrepreneur like Kanan, right? He wasn't built to be an entrepreneur like Kanan. So because of that, you know, your man Kanan had to kick him to the curb. You know, they got robbed together. They go way back from the beginning. Now, see, to me, it's weird that Famous would change and turn the curve like that, because remember that whole thing that went down in that first episode. Let me see what's going on, fam. I see you. I'm gonna get to the, let me make sure I get the comments. Okay, this is how you get to the comments. There we go. Okay, now I can, you do the horizontal, it's different. It's a whole different thing. What's up, fam? So you remember season 1, right? Kanan not knowing what he doing, making stupid mistakes, seeing Buck 20 on the block. You remember that? Famous was down for whatever, right? Or was he? Was Famous down for whatever? He wasn't, right? D Wiz was down for whatever, but Famous was like, what you want me to do? Hit him with my words? You remember he backed out when they was about to blast Buck 20, right? And D Wiz or Kanan blasted Buck 20. Of course, D Wiz is out of here. You know, they had to take him out because of, you know, just to make peace with Unique. But Famous back then backed out of really being able to rumble with Kanan to make sure, you know, Buck 20 was off the blocks, even though Kanan made a big mistake, right? So even way back then, Famous, while he was there to support Kanan in season 1, he wasn't really ready to rock because, again, he didn't have a strap, which, hey, that makes sense. Like, if you know, it's like you bringing a knife to a strap fight, right? You know what I mean? Like, yo, you my boy, and you got straps because D Wiz brought the straps. There's only two straps, one for him and one for Kanan. What is Famous going to do? So he backed out. He's like, yo, I'm going to be around the corner, bruh. You know what I mean? Right, Brees. I see you. Oh, let me see if I can bring up this. How you bring it? There we go. There you go. Right. It doesn't matter if he was built for it or not. No kid who doesn't want the street life should be called soft. And that's the problem, right? You right, Brees. You right, because a lot of people will be like, yo, you hang it. See, birds of a feather flock together, right? So if you hanging with cats from the street, it's like kind of mandatory that you do street things, because, you know, birds of a feather flock together. So if you're not doing street things with street cats, what you doing hanging out with street cats? He was a rapper, and he was hanging with his boy. And Kanan, of course, automatically becomes a street cat because of his mother and his uncles and everything else like that, right? Even though Kanan ain't want that. And Max says, this has to be something bigger than Freddie. Stick up kid. Oh, shoot, with it. The thing went away. Hold up, bring it back. There we go. Stick up kid, stuck and deleted every day. Yeah. What's up, DD? I see you. Thank you. Appreciate you. Yeah, man. I feel you, dog. I feel you, M Mac. Like, and we gonna get there. We gonna get there in a minute. I'm pacing it a little bit. So to me, season 1, when he kind of backed out, and when we saw, Famous's behavior, like, he ain't really a street dude. You know what I'm saying? Whether they call him soft or not, he ain't really a street dude. So he chose to go the music route. Finally, they was trying to encourage him. At some point, Famous was just smoking and hanging out. You remember that? They was in that ratty ass apartment that Crown got him, right? And then turn around, Famous, Kanan was just like, yo, man, I can't be carrying you, man. You just up in here smoking or whatever. So, to me, like, Famous, we know, wasn't built for it. Period. Okay? And we're going to talk about the mistakes. We're going to talk about what he should have done, what he didn't, what he did, what he didn't do. We're going to talk about that too. But to me, Famous had to do the music. There was no other way. And because he chose the music and he didn't choose the life, Famous went ahead and got into the music. Now, he did that. Streets Need a Body joint. And that was the first mistake, right? First mistake was rapping about a life that you ain't living. That was his first mistake. And when he then picked up on it, he roped them up and said, yo, man, that's my story. Don't be rapping about my story. You wasn't even doing nothing. You backed out, right? So there was always this brother friction going back and forth to me with Kanan and Famous. It was always that friction of like, yo, you ain't really in the life. I'm in the life. You my boy. There was like a love-hate, like, you ain't doing what I'm telling you to do, because, Kanan was bullying Famous around. Let's be real. Kanan was bullying Famous around. You know what I mean? And because of that just pushed Famous further away to be like, let me just do the music and get out of here. And Kanan also feels guilty for how, exactly. That's why he was crying. That's why he was crying so hard. There's a whole bunch of guilt coming to him, right? So again, we talking about season 1, and let's talk about the whole mistakes, right? They both got robbed by Freddie. We know that, right? Robbed the money. First day, Kanan on a job with Famous, and he gets robbed by Freddie, right? Y'all remember that, right? So yeah, your man Kanan went up in there, beat dude down, got whatever he needed back, whatever. And Famous was just standing there like, he wasn't really participating, but Kanan handled that, right? But turn around, the biggest mistake that Famous made, right, was seeing how Freddie was getting money because he a stick-up kid. That's the life. And then you turn around and try to be a stick-up kid. What are you thinking, Famous? You supposed to be a rapper, right? You supposed to be a rapper, dog. And now you stuck up Freddie, and because you stuck up Freddie and you popped him in the hallway, Old Man Quillis came out. That's a suspect, right? Big mistake, hugest mistake. What was he thinking? Let me get money? Let me rob the robbers? Bruh, you bugging. Famous was making mad mistakes. And he created a single, you know what I'm saying? Streets Need a Body with Juke. And then he had the whole 411 thing. Okay? What you doing? You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Misguided, all of that. But guided by who? His own. It was his own guidance, right? There was no guidance at all. You know what I'm saying? It was just this dude buying a whole bunch of pizzas. I'm starving and I'm fiend. He was like a fiend. You remember we was getting on him, man. We was getting on Famous for just being like a crackhead, dog. You know what I'm saying? Just being like a crackhead. Yeah. No, yeah. We're going to get to that, Breeze. But again, under his own decisions, dude was tripping. And he popped Freddie. That's the biggest mistake. because that's what's leading us to this day because of what he did. That cause created the effect that created everything that got him into hot water. We had he's now the major suspect, right? So 411, him and Lou, they created this joint, sound like Scarface. I ain't really like the beat, but the song was understandably cool. What's the 411 and all of that? He's expressing his feelings, right? All right, I get it. Right, let's get to that. Another mistake, right? Another big, huge mistake, which was like basically betrayal to me. It's betrayal to me if you my friend, if you my best friend. You're not just my friend, you my best friend. I'm back. My mother come over the crib, right? You are my best friend. We staying in this raggedy ass crib together. I'm out getting money. You up in here playing with yourself or acting like you writing something, you smoking on something. You ain't doing nothing. I'm out here grinding. My mother comes over and says, where's Kanan? I don't know where Kanan is, puts a strap in my backpack. Put a strap in my backpack. Oh, Mrs. Rock, Miss Rock. You remember that? Miss Rock. Like, what? Don't tell Kanan nothing. Just, you know what I'm saying? Just whatever. And let Kanan go to school with the strap. Bruh, we had a whole debate over this when this happened. Okay? But that's another big mistake that is kind of like, man, what you doing? Like, his whole moves was real sus. If you my best friend, you should have told me that my mom's came over and put the strap in the bag. Even though she gave me some money, like he sold out Kanan for some bread, okay? For her little plot scheme or whatever. Nobody got hurt in the process, but still Kanan got hurt. And Kanan, when he found out and figured it out, you know what I'm saying? It just made him trust Famous even less. All right, I'm taking my time with this, fam. There's good sides and bad sides. I'm talking about the mistakes that your boy Famous made along the way to lead us to this point. Now look, your man for yeah, we already discussed. We know Rock was wrong for doing that. That was dumb. She was just trying to get him in trouble, get him back to the house, mandatory. We know her whole plot, her manipulative ways. We know about Rock. We'll discuss that another time. But at this point, because Kanan figured it out, and now Ronnie, let's talk about Ronnie coming around. We getting up there. We getting up there. Ronnie is now here. All right, he kicked Famous out of his apartment. It was supposed to be Famous' apartment. He kicked him out. Now it's Kanan's apartment. Ronnie comes around, now they doing business. Here's where I think Kanan made a mistake. Because when Kanan is talking to Ronnie, y'all remember this, last season. So that boy Famous, yeah, he just talked too much. You remember Kanan said that to Ronnie? He talks too much. Now that's, again, suspect number one. Suspect number one as to who took out Famous, Ronnie. That's suspect number one. Because we know that Ronnie don't like snitches. Okay? Ronnie don't like snitches. You remember what he did to old boy, right? You remember what he did to old boy, the supplier out of Queens, bald head, what was his name? Y'all remember his name? Remember what he did? When old boy told Unique that Ronnie came looking for work. And he ran up into his spot and jigged him in the kitchen while his grandma was watching Jeopardy or whatever. And she couldn't hear nothing because the hearing aid wasn't in. And Ronnie took him out. You remember that? So that's what I'm saying. Suspect number one as to who took out Famous gotta be Ronnie. We gotta put Ronnie right there as the number one suspect because of what Kanan said, and also the fact that he ain't messing with snitches. You know what I mean? Yeah. So he's suspect number one. Suspect number one. Now, let's get to it. Because of the whole Freddie thing, because your man got pulled in by the cop, because his mother, Famous's mother, found the strap that he used to take out Freddie and took it down to the police precinct. I was pissed off at his mom, Olga. Now that we know her name, Olga. I was pissed off at his mom for doing that. What was I supposed to do? What was I supposed to do? Yo, how you going? You supposed to talk to your son, be like, what is this? We had a whole discussion about it, you remember? Took it down to the station. He had to hand himself in, put himself. Yeah, man, I agree with you. She the best and the worst, right? You know what I'm saying? It was, because we saw the backstory in this last episode, in episode 5, right? So she did her best, bad decision maker, period, right? Bad decision maker, right? But, yo, at the same time, when they brought him down to the station, he got pulled in twice. You remember that? He got pulled in twice. He got pulled in with his mom for the strap. And then there was another time he got pulled in. He got pulled over, and remember they caught him on the block. Remember they caught him on the block the first time. First time they caught him on the block. Okay? Remember he was outside giving the work to the runners, to the riders, and then he got pulled in. Remember that time? So he got pulled in that first time. Remember that? And then they had a discussion. And then the scene cut, and now he's back at the apartment with Kanan. You remember that? That boy was singing. That's how he got away. That's what I say. In my opinion, that first time when they pulled him off the block, and he went up in there, and he was just talking with the cops, right? And then all of a sudden, later on that night, he back home, and Kanan's like, yo, what happened? Oh, nothing. And he ain't tell Kanan what happened. That boy was singing. Famous was snitching back then, okay? He said whatever he needed to say, and then they sent him on his way. I think that day when they pulled him off the block, they made him a criminal informant. They made him a criminal informant, okay? That's how he was released to go back to the apartment, okay? And boom. Hey. Tell me, Breeze, how did he get out of the precinct after they pulled him over for having work? Explain that. Explain that. Because the only way, if you got work on you and you get pulled in, you getting locked up. Now, either how we're going to come through, we don't know. Either how we're going to come through and how we came through and let him go. That's what happened, right? How we came through and let him go, right? Well, the second time, when they came in with the strap, remember he came in with the strap? Remember mom was like, yo, we told you everything. We told you everything. That boy been snitching. That boy been singing. He been singing. First time he may not have said nothing. I'm going to say this. First time he may not have said nothing. And if I remember, Howard got him out of that. Got him out of there. That's what it was. Howard got him out of there. And that's how he ended up back there with Kanan. And Kanan was like, what happened? But he didn't tell Kanan what happened. Okay? And then Olga brought him in with the strap. And then the scene cut. And we ain't see Famous after that. We did not see Famous after that. Okay. Okay. Well, see, here's the thing. If you down with the Thomas family, and we know this, you having any discussion with a police officer, detective, or whoever, you sitting down and we don't know nothing about it, and we ain't have a discussion about it, and we the Thomas family, and you down with us, And you down with Kanan? Nah, man. Cause just off of you being there, you a snitch. And that's why Scrappy got popped. The fact that he was there with his moms, even though we found out it was his moms that was the CI, Scrappy got popped just for the association of being there with the cops. And how it was like, yeah, your boy was there. So in the mind of the Thomas family, you a snitch if you sitting down with cops. Period. Now, if you get brought in and you don't say nothing, okay. But your man was singing. So whether he said anything or not, the optics, it's the optics, man. The optics, period. The optics of you being there in the precinct. Either you got caught up with the work, boom, fine. It is what it is. But if you there another time, you admitting to a what? A homicide? You ain't tell me, I'm Kanan. You ain't tell me that my mom's put the strap in my bag. What else are you not telling me, famous? You ain't tell me you was locked up either. What else are you not telling me, famous? Nah, you two, you know what I'm saying? You two, nah. Nah. Yeah, he definitely is. Kanan's definitely gonna go to war for his fam. Yep. You think what? He over OD? You think so? I don't know, because I don't remember him being really on that stuff. Like, he may have been smoking weed, right? But I don't think he was on that stuff. And he was under a lot of pressure, and his mom did what she did. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It wasn't that. We thought it was that when he was just really just laying in the bed. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. He was Pop Reese. So let's move on up. Let's move on. We haven't seen Famous since that conversation with the two detectives, right? And they must let him go because they let him go, right? Because if he did admit to the whole Freddie thing, they wouldn't have let him go. You see what I'm saying? What up, Lions Den? What's up, brother? What you say? What'd you say? I think he got shot, but I still blame his mom for exactly. Oh yeah, Olga, Miss Olga. You know, they really try to humanize Olga and humanize whack-ass Jessica. She's still whack to me. She's still just trash to me, you know what I'm saying? And I don't call a lot of people trash, but y'all know since that episode, since what she did to Lou and with Crown, she been trash to me, right? But here's the thing, right? Olga, man. Olga. What up, DeMarcus? What up? Olga, man. Like, it's like she's a caring mom, but she don't be thinking. Like, what are you doing? Like, you care about your son, but then you put your son in harm's way? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we do not. That's one thing we can agree on, Brees. We do not like no mother. Exactly. We on the same page with that. We will forever agree with that Jessica is trash. Okay? Trash. A big pile of trash. Okay? We will agree on that. We will always agree on that. But we ain't see him. After that scene, the scene cut. Remember that? When they was talking about the whole Freddy thing, yeah, we already got the round, the bullets, and this traced back to the strap that your mother brought in. They put 2 and 2 together. How can you get out of that? You can't. But if they let him go, obviously they let him go. Obviously they let him go because he would have been, in the joint. Thank you, my brother. Thank you, my brother DeMarcus, with the super chat, my guy. Appreciate you, my brother. Thank you, my brother. He says, who was the worst mother, Joyce Thomas or Olga Figueroa? They both terrible. They both terrible in their own way. Okay? Both terrible. They both terrible. He said Olga probably told Jessica she turned turned the strap in, and she tried to say Lou's wearing the wire. Oh, okay. Here we go with the Jessica, boy. Anything. you can always rely on DeMarcus to go opposite of what we do not like. Ah, man, that's funny. That's funny. Yo, but on the real, did he deserve to die? Yes or no? 1 for yes, 2 for no. I need that in the chat. Did he deserve to die? Put a 1 if he deserved to die, 2 for he didn't deserve to die. Did Famous deserve to die? Put a 1 if he deserved it, 2 if he didn't. Okay? All right? What if Famous father Luis took out Famous? Really? And Sean just like Kanan smoked this? That'd be a crazy scenario. Okay, Bree says 2, he didn't deserve to die. DeMarcus says 1, he did deserve to die. Okay. What's up? Critical Thinker says 2, he didn't deserve to die. Dale, you say 2, he didn't deserve to die. Okay. Wow. Okay, I'm getting more 2s than I was expecting. Hard to answer. Why is it hard to answer, my brother? Lions Den says 2, he didn't deserve to die. Fame the lame. Yo, Fame, look, Fame. Okay, let me talk about the other side, right? We talked about all his mistakes. We talked about all the dumb shit that he did, right? On the other side of things, man, Famous, again, he was not built for this. He still was trying to figure things out. He's only 15, 16, 17 years old. TP says 1, he deserved to die. I see you. And he was trying to figure it out. Kanan already was like, he ain't want to do it, but then he had to. It was in his blood to be a street pharmacist. Is in Kanan's blood. This is him carrying on a legacy. What's the legacy of the Thomas family? Selling. You know that. But Fame, exactly. His heart was into the music. The joint that he did with Juke, Streets Need a Body. You know, a lot of people liked it. B Rilla said it was whack. That's why I like B Rilla. Yeah, exactly. He was a kid. Brees, yeah, he didn't deserve it because he was a kid. I get you. Kanan took the easiest path. Yeah, Kanan took the path that was kind of right in front of him. But at the same time, you know, Kanan was living, was a beneficiary of the lifestyle that his mom and his uncles put together. Like, how do you get away from that? And then he was trying to push it on Fame, and Fame didn't want it that way. Even though he was participating, they was on the block together with the runners, right? They was on the block. They, you know what I'm saying? They was doing what they was doing. You know, I don't think he knew enough to snitch. Never felt like it forced himself into the spaces to find out. Okay. DeMarcus says Jessica loved Lulu. That is why what? That is why Imani asked Jessica, hey, you in this love thing. This chick ain't love him. Anyway, you see what's going on. Dexter, what's going on, man? Let me see your comment. Says Rock had a chance to keep Kanan out of the life, but she decided against, and send him. Yeah, look, you remember, Kanan wanted to stay down and where was he at? North Carolina, something like that? He was down with his cousins. He didn't want to go back up north, right? After Symphony took him down south to his cousins, he was in school. He was doing well. He could have had a chance to have a normal life. No, when things cleared up, I'm coming to get you. I don't want to go back up. Nah, things is cleared up. I'm going to take you back up. You remember that? They was on the beach, and Kanan was like, yo, I'm good. Nah, she brought him back up. Famous definitely wasn't living a life. What's good, family? I see you. Antoine Herring in the building, Queens Nation. What up? Salute. Yeah, man, so to me, Famous could have been really good with the music, man. He had that opportunity. Shirley met up with Lowell, introduced him to Lowell, right? They loved the joint. What's the 411? They loved the joint, right? Had an opportunity. Famous had an opportunity to really just be an artist on a label and the whole nine. But because of his mistakes, man, the police was not shaking it. And so again, suspect number one. Let me see. If we got $1 for every time the Marcus posts, I know, right? Famous, what you say? What you say, Dexter? Famous moms learned that. Hold on, you can't rely. Exactly. Like she a civilian, bruh. She don't know the rules of the game that you do not hand in the strap and say, "Oh, I didn't know what to do with it. I didn't know what to do. I found it in your body." Why you going through his stuff, Mom? I was cleaning up and it, bruh. Why ain't just taught the Famous about it? You know? Again, this is all written. It's all scripted. So, Famous had a chance to be a rap artist. Okay? You know, when they came back with that episode 1, remember that? And they did the whole 3 months before when they showed that, you know, the other side where Unique was alive and the whole nine, right? And how he recovered. Man, they had the remix to Streets Need a Body. It's like Streets Need a Body, body. I was like, oh, you know what I'm saying? That joint was dope, right? He had a chance to be an artist. But because he was connected with Kanan, surrounded by the Thomas family, he put himself in the game for a little bit. He was in the game with Kanan for a little bit. And then Kanan started slapping him up, bullying him and the whole nine. Just do what I say. You know what I'm saying? Why you ain't telling about my mother? Right? So, at the end of the day, Famous, while trying to do the right thing and go on the right path, he was just mixed up with the wrong people, man. Suspect number 1 is Ronnie. Suspect number 2 is Howard. Howard. That's suspect number 2. Howard. I'm telling you. Malcolm Howard is suspect number 2 to me. Okay? Because Howard knew what was going on. It was getting too close. Uh-oh, your message was hidden. I can't see what it is. You must have said something, Breeze. He must be cursing out the Marcus. So suspect number 2, Howard, with heads up from Garcia. Exactly. That's right, Dale. Garcia, you know they all talk. Oh, we had, you know, this dude, he was in here talking about, you know, the whole Freddie thing. We connected it, but, you know, isn't he connected to Kanan, Thomas, the whole Thomas family? And Max says, whoever did it still alive because Kanan is gonna have to be the one to give revenge. Yeah, exactly. It's definitely Howard to protect Kanan. Exactly. That's why I say Howard's number 2. You know what I'm saying? Ronnie's number 1. Howard called Famous a clown. Yep. Because he just be getting into stuff. Remember that? It could have been Buck 20's people since he was claiming the body in the song. That's possible. Yep, Antoine. Yep. I was not cussing. You was not cussing out. I don't know what you said. It's just a hidden message. You know, you're the only person to be hiding messages because you know you be getting hype. You get excited. You know what I'm saying? And you put stuff in there. And it be like the algorithm be like, nah, Brees. We say Dexter says Marvin and Rock could have gotten the heads up from Andre Barnes. Could have, right? Because Andre Barnes is well connected. He says I got a mole in here, I got a mole in there, right? So Andre Barnes, he could have got that too. Yep, there's possibilities. What about Juke or OC? What about him and Mac? What would be the motive behind Juke or OC taking out Famous? What would be the motive? What would be the right? Yeah, what would be their motive? We say Juke, OC, or Crystal? Well, damn. now you talking Crystal? Nah, I can't see Crystal doing that. I mean, she may get her peoples, who knows, but I don't know. What you say? LaMarcus says, Keith could have smoked Famous because Famous put down Freddie. Possible. Why people keep saying Juke? That makes no sense. That's what I'm saying. What's the motive? Why would Juke? What's the motive? Why would Juke? If you're gonna throw it out there, what would be the motive and the reason why Juke would be the one, right? Because she popped that dude and she smiled about it and she act like she ain't really feel nothing. There was no PST because she smoked Famous already. You know, okay, here's the wild scenario for you. What if it was Juke, right? And Kanan found out about it, but never confronted Juke about it. And then fast forward to OG Power. And then when Juke was about to take out Tariq, Kanan took out Juke in revenge of taking out Sean. Famous, I mean, not his son. That would be the craziest, illest scenario, that your man Kanan was holding the fact that Juke took out Famous right here and never confronted Juke, kept running with her and just waited for the right moment, used Juke to do whatever he needed to do with Juke, and then when she was about to pop Tariq in OG Power, he popped Juke because of that. That would be crazy if they did that. It's just a scenario I'm putting out there. It's just a scenario. I'm not saying that's what it is. That would be a crazy scenario, though. No, Juke wouldn't have done it. Juke, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Again, it's just a theory. I know critical thinker, yeah. Juke wouldn't have done it. Juke care about Famous, too. You know what I'm saying? They all ran together. They all ran together. Jukebox smoke Famous. This could, what? Cause a fight between Jukebox and Kanan, and Jukebox and give Kanan that scar. Exactly. Juke was able to look at that woman in the face. Yep. Fame, surprise. Yep. Outrage. Yep. Support about taking out her husband. Juke straight lied, right? Straight lied. Was like, yo, did you have anything to do with this? Nah. You know, I did give you my address. Nah, I just gave you, I just wanted your address just in case you ended up missing. I wouldn't know where you was at. And she said it with a straight, Juke said it with a straight face. Yo, Juke is a menace, man. At the very tender age of 18, Juke is a menace. So are you telling me that Juke took out Famous? Come on, man. And she just walking around just like, I'm good now. You know what I'm saying? She's like, I dream when I sleep, but now I'm wide open. Now I'm wide awake. So now she wide awake. Yeah, I'm a thriller. I'm a killer. Yo, that would be crazy. That'd be wild, son, if Juke did it. Okay? What you say? What's good? The Juke first body disappointing to anybody else? I thought her first would be someone in the game. Nah. The reason why it's not disappointing to me is because she did it to save Pops. She did it to save Marv. And dude was a douchebag anyway, beating on his wife. You already know we don't like that. You know what I mean? So I thought it was the righteous one. I thought it was a righteous unalivement. You know what I mean? To save her Pops Marv, at the same time save really her friend, who was getting beat down and had DV against her friend. I thought it was all right. I thought it was a good one. You know what I mean? Yeah. I thought it was a good one. Yeah. Okay, let's go. Suspects, it's time for suspect time. Number one suspect is who? Who do we say? Ronnie is the number one suspect. The number two suspect is who? Howard. Malcolm Howard found out through Garcia or the department that your boy Fame is up in there singing like a bird. All right, that's number two. Who's the third one? Who'd you say? Let me go back. Who'd you say? Who is the third suspect? Unique. Okay. Now, tell me why Unique. I have my thoughts on why Unique, but I want to hear your thoughts. Why do you say the third suspect would be Unique? Right? Let me see. MX says, I can't see the context in which Stefano says Famous last words in the season trailer. Yeah, we don't have enough information yet. Right? We may see that in the next episode based on Famous being unalive now. But we don't got enough information on that yet. But y'all tell me, the third suspect I'm talking about is Unique, a.k.a. Breeze. I'm saying it right now. Okay? Why is the third suspect Unique? I don't think it was Unique, but I'm not ruling it out. Yeah, I'm not ruling it out either. That's why I'm asking you guys, why do you think, whoever said Unique, Lions Den says, I say Unique because he knows Kanan and went to hurt him in the town. Exactly. And wants to, exactly. Right? I feel you on that. Bookworm, what's up? Ronnie or Neek, he may have known Famous was snitching. Yeah. Bree says that, man, I'm telling you, once it happens, oh, I can't wait to be like, I told you, Brees. I told you. Can't wait. All right. TP says, how far back was the flashback episode 1? It was 3 months? If it was Unique. It was 3 months. It was 3 months before, boom, present day. Yep. Let me see something. Unique saw Kanan. Exactly. That's what I'm thinking too. That's why we talking about the third suspect being Unique. Because Unique, let me see. What's up? Kanitra, what's up? It says, because Unique wants revenge, he determined to take everything from Rock and Kanan. Yep. Dale says, nah, Unique came inside the building after Ronnie was smoked. Okay. I hear you. Hustle Nares, I see y'all. Hit the like button. Why would Unique take out Famous though? To hurt the Thomas family, right? To hurt the Thomas family. To hurt Kanan, right? If he knew, see, I'm gonna say this. And let me see, hold up. Let me see, my man. I'm gonna be like, in your dreams. Watch, I'm telling you, I can't wait, watch. Anyway, I don't think Unique came in after. And again, this is just my theory, right? I may be right, maybe wrong, who knows? I think Unique saw how the whole thing went down. I think he was somewhere in the vicinity of that building inside, kind of seeing from afar, maybe in the cracks and corners of what was going on, and saw how the whole thing went down. So when they left, he came out of the cracks and crevices and looked down, and now you see his brother. See how it went down, and he pissed off about that. So Unique is suspect number 3. Why would he take out Famous? To hurt Kanan, because Kanan took out his brother. And if it's not just for Kanan, it's to hurt Rock indirectly through Kanan, right? Through Kanan, through Famous, through taking out Famous. And you know your boy is on some Unique right now. Is like, you know what I'm saying? He got that head trauma. He gonna take out anybody. There's no questions. There's no conversations. Just like he took out Andre Barnes. Just like he took out, the Chinese couple. Unique is angry at Rock than he was. Yeah, exactly. Oh, but look, it's like somebody telling you, yo, I'm not gonna do that. Nah, I'm not doing that no more. Nah, I'm not gonna sell ice cream no more. Nah, I know you sell ice cream, so because you sell ice cream, I'm out the game. I'm trying to keep it clean. I got another business going on. You know what I mean? And we messing around, right? So I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna sell ice cream like you. I'm not gonna do that. Nah, I'm out. I'm selling hair products. I got my own plaza. And then turn around, he get unalive. And the same person saying, nah, I ain't gonna sell ice cream. Nah, they selling ice cream. And they selling ice cream out of the stores that you was selling your ice cream. That is wild work on Rock's part, yo. Why would he not be upset? Why would Unique not be upset at Rock right now and try to destroy her, yo? Yeah, but she said, yo, nah, I'm not in the game no more. That's the real reason why Unique is pissed off. One, because she said directly to him in his face while they was in the kitchen, yo, now I'm out the game. I'm not doing that no more. Trying to keep it clean for Kanan. Trying to set an example. I got the plaza now. Remember she bought the plaza and they got the whole, hair products. They got the whole salon, and then she was having problems and all of this and that. You know what I mean? And now he's unalive, then there's opportunity. Oh, let me talk to Stefano. Yeah, I want to get back in the game. You remember that? I want to get back in the game, Stefano. I thought you was out of the game. Right? Come on. That's like the ultimate betrayal. Dead or not, she said what she said, so she ain't keep her word. Rock did not keep her word to Unique. So now that Unique is gone, you still ain't going to keep your word to a dead man? That is effed up, Rock. I love you, Rock, but you wrong. And that's where that's Unique's perspective. Like, bruh, so let me go ahead and take out your businesses. Let me go ahead one by one, get some buffoon from New Jersey who mad at you and he want to get revenge on you. Get him to come with me and we shoot up the place. He get unalive. I'm still on a run, right? In fact, let me take out Kanan's boy. I'm gonna rob Kanan and I'm gonna take out his boy. You know what I mean? Famous, what's good? I see you doing. What's good? Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button for your boy. Appreciate you. She says, Famous put entirely too much in his music that could possibly lead to Famous being exactly. Bree says Unique would have done the same thing 10 years. Yeah, I know. But that's 10 years ago. We already got a relationship, Reese. All right? I'm Unique and you Rock. And you telling me you out of the game? I just finished D'ing you down, breaking your back out, making you feel all types of ways good and everything. And you know what I'm saying? You feed me ice cream, I'm feeding you ice cream. And you tell me dead to my face you out of the game. And then I get unalive and you think I'm gone. And then Rock turn around and be like, I'm going to get back in. You ain't right. You ain't right, shorty. You ain't right. But anyway, suspect number 3, Unique. Very possible. Very possible. But that don't mean, what does that mean? So what? So what? He would have done the same thing. Obviously, he wouldn't. Obviously, he respected her. After they smashed, there was a level of respect. And like, all right, cool. You remember when she was like, yo, we're going to have to stop this because Kanan going to be coming to the house. I don't want you to be around and us doing this. We need to stop doing this. And he respected that. After they started smashing, after he saved her life, remember, he saved her life, Reese. Unique saved Rock's life. Okay? Saved Rock's life. She gave him the booty. They had a little thing going on. There was levels of respect. Okay? It was the unwritten respect, man. It's getting hot. Let me turn this car back on. Hold on. Okay? Y'all getting me hype up in here. This is what I'm saying. Follow what I'm saying to you. Forget 10 years ago, I saved your life from the Italian that was about to take you out. You give me the booty, we smash and we good. Now here we go. Here we go. You know what I'm saying? Okay, you want me to not come around? I respect that. I'm going to still do my thing. You out of the game? Now I'm out of the game. Remember that. You know what I mean? You remember that. I'm out of the game. I'm doing hair product. I'm doing the salon. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway. All right, who's the 4th suspect? I want to say maybe there's 5. There's 5 suspects. We got Howard. We got Ronnie. We got Howard. We got Unique. All right? What about Marvin? What about Marvin? Ain't nobody talk about Marv. Nobody talking about Marv. Because Marv don't like, Marv is number 4. Marv don't like snitches. What did he do to Terry? Last episode. I'm going to go to the police. I don't care. You can show the picture to my wife. I don't care what you do. You try to blackmail me. I'm going to go to the police and tell them everything. What did Marv do? He took out that motherfucking lollipop. Pow, pow, pow. Blasted him. Right? Even though Rock said, yo, put Put pressure on him, but not too much. You know Marv, he always go overboard, right? We say it was definitely Marvin pointing that strap at Fame. Okay, and yeah. So Marvin is number 4 suspect. Marv is the 4th suspect. We say Marv is the exterminator. Exactly. If it ain't Rock, it's Marv. Rock took out Scrappy long time ago. Marv took out Sal Baselli. Marv took out a lot of folks. Okay, right? You say 5 is Stefano. Okay, what would be the motivation for Stefano though? You know what I'm saying? 5 Garcia. You think Garcia? Why would Garcia take him out? He want Fame to be alive. He want Fame to be alive. So he, you know these cats is not doing that. Garcia may have gave up the information to Howard. That's why Howard's number two, right? So we got Ronnie, right? Because Ronnie, remember that picture? I wish I could pull these pictures up, man. But they ain't showing me how to do that. What is this? No, that's not what I want. Then I had a whole bunch of pictures up here, man. I wanted to show y'all. Let me see something. What is this? Oh, nah. Let's flip it around. I'm trying to see if I get these pictures, man. What the hell? Okay, nah, this is just sharing. All right. I'm about to do it on another note. You right, Ronnie, either Unalive Paul or Famous. Yeah. I'm telling you right now. So, Ronnie, number 1. Howard, number 2. Unique, number 3. Who do we say number 4 is? Marv is number 4. Marv is number 4. Okay? Anybody getting... So going back to whoever said Andre Barnes probably gave Rock the info, and a mole told Andre Barnes that, yo, this guy Famous is up in the precinct and he's kind of talking. Isn't he connected to your son? Y'all tripping when what? When me and DeMarcus. Y'all, what did y'all, I missed what y'all agree on. What did y'all agree on? What do y'all agree on? Again, number 6 is Joy. Now you playing TP. TP, you're playing right now. Now TP is playing with us. Okay, so Ronnie, Howard, Unique, Marv. One more. Give me one more. Give me 5. Top 5 suspects. A different police agent. Let me see. Gerald got Marv so mad. Gotta be number 4. Yeah, exactly. Marv is like way past the whole therapy thing. He ain't breathing. He ain't doing that no more. He done with that. They say that Unique is bugging out. Oh, that Unique is bugging out, and he would have done the same to Rock. And there's 2 sides to the same coin. Okay. Look, I'm not disagreeing. I didn't disagree that he wouldn't do the same thing. I'm just saying, based off of the episode 2 and that whole, I smashed you, right? I mean, not episode 2, season 2. Season 3. I smashed you. I saved your life. You gave me the booty. You told me you out of the game. Boom. All right, cool. I'm going to start doing my thing. You do your thing. Whatever. I get unalived, and now you swoop in and take my business. Quan said it too. Okay? So Unique would have did the same thing, and obviously Rock is doing whatever she's doing, right? So I hear you. It's just that we know that Rock is a liar. And we know that Unique is a liar. We know they all liars. All right, you said number 5. Who you saying? Number 5, Demo. No, damn. Why would Demo do that? Man, think about Demo can walk now, by the way. If y'all seen Demo in real life, he actually, he in that physical therapy, he can walk. You know what I mean? What do you say, Kane, he crying. because he did because he thought Famous was or Kanan crying because he thought Famous was oh that was my first thought. Famous OD. Yeah. Okay. So we got our 5 suspects. Again, if you just came through, I need your vote right now. Number 1, did Famous deserve to die? Number 2, he didn't deserve to die. Number 1, put a number 1 if he deserved to die. Put a number 2 if he didn't deserve to die. Number 1 if he deserved to die. Number 2 if he didn't deserve to die. All right? Drop that in the comment below. Appreciate y'all for real. We've been on here for a minute. We've been on here. All right? TP says 1. DeMarcus says 1. He deserved to die. 1 meaning he deserved to die. 2 meaning he didn't. Demetrius says 2. Hey, Jocelyn says 2. Okay. 1 if he deserved to die. 2 if he didn't. Hustler Nair says 2, he didn't deserve to die. Critical Thinker says, I agree, Famous is number 1. Oh, Famous is the number 1 suspect? No, Famous is not the number 1 suspect. Ronnie's the number 1 suspect. Oh, you agree, Famous. Okay. 1 if he was snitching. Okay, Porter. I feel you on that. On the Go Jackson, what's up, sis? She says 2, he didn't deserve to die. DeMarcus says, Fame the lame. Should have learned the game. DeMarcus is the rapper now. DeMarcus has been spitting bars lately. I see you, bro. You trying to get signed to Lowell Records, guy. Bookworm says, unsure since we don't know the whole story. But based off what you do know, right, of all the mistakes that he has made, all the stuff that he has did or didn't do, you know, as far as Kanan is concerned and Rock and not telling Kanan what Rock was doing, based on what you know, what do you think? Dawn says Kanan cried because they weren't on best of terms. Yep, that's true. Bree says, I'll tell you one thing, they've been good at hiding it. Yes, they have. But Joyce may be... You know, if I had my sound effects, Breeze, you know you're going to get the womp, 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 womp. You throwing that daggone Joyce in the Breeze mix? What up, what up? You crazy. Let me see. Deborah says, Snaps had it. Oh, shoot. No way. Deborah, wow. You the first person to bring Snaps up in this. But what would be the motive? I'm always going to ask, what would be the motive of why Snaps had that done? What's the motive? Did Snaps find out through the grapevine, through his infinite wisdom and his infinite connections, because he's an OG, that he found out that, yeah, Famous was down at the police precinct and that he was snitching? He was singing like a bird. So all birds who chirp, right, get the snitches get stitches and ditches? Is that what we talking about? Fame just got caught up. Yeah. No. Dexter says, Kanan feels guilty about the way yeah, exactly. You remember how he was bullying him? Slapped him in the face? Yo, he was slapping Famous, and we was like, yo, what you doing? Yo, we was tripping for Famous. Yo, why you slapping up Famous? That's supposed to be your boy. Remember that? We had a whole big conversation about that. Let me see. Dale says, okay, Snaps sat on that mattress. So that's how he died? Snaps sat on the mattress? You funny, yo. Definitely was a danger based on the best next steps he should have been taken out. Okay, Snaps would have made Kanan do it. Right, yeah. Or tried to, but Kanan wouldn't do it, right? Just thinking out of the box. Yeah. I feel you. That's all I like everybody that's up in here, if you're thinking outside the box, that's what we do over here at VACAY-JayTV. We think about all types of scenarios, what could happen, whatever, and then we find out through the writers, you know, what exactly happened. But it's always good to kind of have this conversation because, again, it's just good conversation about a show that we love, right? Raising Kanan family. Let me see. Hustle Nair says, Kanan took over the apartment, turned it into a spot, and Kanan should feel the worst. Kicked Famous out too. Kicked him out. Remember that? Kicked him out. Kicked him out. Kicked out his own boy. Yeah. Kicked his boy out. Imagine Kanan take out. No, that's not gonna happen, DeMarcus. You reaching now. Now you reaching. What you saying? You saying that because Marv didn't do it, Marv didn't take the needle and do it, and she gonna beg Kanan, be like, Kanan, your uncle's a sucker. He's a punk sap sucker. Take me out, Kanan. Do it for me. Do it. I'm tired of this pain. Man, that'll definitely turn him into a crazy dude. He already crazy. But you take out your own grandmother? Bruh. That would be insane. Right. That's what we talking about. Yep, we talking about Kanan. What you say? From Juno, Famous was never anyone's breeze. Okay. Yeah. Rock. I know, that's what we talk about that. We talked about that when we did our first reaction. Yeah, I got hair, fam. I got a full head of hair. Look at that black hair. Oh, man. Yeah, so, all right. 5 suspects. Who is it going to be? Did Ronnie do it? Did Howard do it? Did Unique do it? Did Marv do it? And who's the 5th one? Who do we say is the 5th one? Who do we say was number 5? Who's number 5? Rock? Is Rock number 5? Did Rock take out Famous? Nah. Rock? No. Why would Rock take out Famous? That don't even fit. Marvin definitely didn't take out Famous. I say Kanan because he's turning ruthless. If it was Kanan, why would Kanan be like crying so hard? You know what I'm saying? Like he found out. I unalived him, didn't realize I unalived him. Now I'm looking at his tape and I'm crying. No, I don't think Kanan took out Famous. Howard. So somebody, okay, so who you say? Howard? I see Deborah. Deborah says Howard. The Rock lawyer found out about what Fame was doing. Yeah, we talked about that earlier, Porter. It's possible because he was well connected, right? He was well connected. It's possible. Yeah, just skipping over Keith. Why Keith? What's up, Daria? Hey, Daria, man, I ain't see you in a minute. How you doing? Thank you for coming through and showing love and hitting that like button, fam. Again, thank you for carrying us all over 18,000, fam. It's a celebration. Dell says, I'm thinking Howard or Marvin. 5 is Rock. Okay. Yeah. I think Rock is so busy right now. Rock is so busy right now trying to become the supplier, getting cut off from Quan, right? Fighting with Quan, trying to just be her own top dog that I don't even think she got time to be messing around with no Famous. But either Marv, right? Okay, let me see. Keith was, Freddie's crew. Okay, I got you, DeMarcus. Yeah, the sub guys, I got you. So let's make him honorable mention number 6. We'll make him number 6. We'll make Keith number 6 as far as taking out Famous in retaliation for Freddie. Okay. And Max says, 1, it was someone trying to hurt Kanan on a personal level. Yep. 2, if it was for snitching, Kanan would understand. Yeah. 3, it's absolutely someone still alive. Okay, got you. Dawn says, if Rock did it, I could see Famous saying, Miss Rock! Miss Rock! That shit was funny when it happened. Miss Rock! Oh my God, we had mad jokes with that. Dale says, actually, Rock did visit Famous twice, and it was, Okay. Okay. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. TP, the little dude that works for Kanan, took out. Really? Why TP? Again, what's the motive? Bree says, but shout out to Bettina Miller. She's been doing Broadway shows. Oh yeah, Bettina Miller. Always shout out to her, man. Always shout out to Bettina Miller. Who wears jewelry? All right, Marvin and Snap. Marvin and Snap. Damn. Okay. Marvin at Deborah the rings give. Okay. All right. Look, we gonna see, family. This was another edition of Deserve It or Not. Famous Raising Kanan season 4, episode 5. Season 4? Yeah, season 4. Episode 5. Yeah, man. Crazy, dog. This is crazy. Again, what did you rate that episode 5? Drop that below out of 1 out of 10, 1 to 10. What did you rate the episode 5? Was it the turn up for you? Right? We had 3 unalivements in there. We had Famous number 1. That's the number 1 unalivement that everybody's talking about. We had Terry, that's number 2 by Marv. And we had who else? Who else got unalived? Joyce almost got unalived, right? The market says 9. What about the rap? What do you say? M-Mac, what about the bracket? He seemed to be benefiting from Famous being gone. Oh, shoot. Whoa, what? Wow. What a twist, bro. I like, M-Mac, dog. My guy, man. What, you think it's B-Rilla, yo? What if B-Rilla took out Famous? Wow, that would be crazy. But he was locked up, so. I mean, we don't know how long Famous been unalived. It looked like it's been a long time underneath that mattress, you know what I'm saying? But we know that B-Rilla was locked up all this time until Lulu got him out, so. Okay, so Deborah says 9, heavy topics, yep. Critical Thinker says 7. Hustle Nair says 9. TP says 6. Bree says 6.5, okay. B-Rilla's a dark horse, okay, yeah. B-Rilla did not do it. Yeah, because he was locked up. That's what I'm thinking. With all right, he didn't do it with his non-rappers. You don't like B-Rilla's rap? You funny. B-Rilla remind me of like an old red man, yo. Bookworm says 9. I was invested, ready to see the next episode. Yup. I mean again, okay. Yeah, I gave it an 8.5. My first reaction was an 8.5. I'm gonna keep it at an 8.5 because a lot happened in this episode 5. It wasn't the normal turn up that we used to as Power fans, but still, it was turned up enough as far as like, us finding out what happened to Famous and the possibility of Joyce being taken out by her own son, and Marv popping Terry was unexpected. Marv pimp slapping Mark, right? We ain't playing no games. Your girl just going nuts with Quan. She ain't paying that 20%. Quan cut her off, right? She went to the supply. He was like, yo, don't call us. We'll call you, man. You coming to this. I said I would contact you. Yeah, David. And then we can't forget that Unique met up with Quan. We can't forget that. That is crucial. Because now that Quan cut off Rock, here come your boy Unique. Who you think gonna be his supplier now? Quan. Right? So he ain't gonna have to, your boy gonna be back on top again. Unique gonna be back on top again. He gonna get all his stuff back. He gonna sell it the way he wanna sell it, whether it's still through the restaurants or through another way. He gonna be working with Quan because Quan really respects Unique more so than Rock, right? You know, I think it's a black woman thing. You know what I'm saying? I really think Quan is he ain't like Rock from day one. You know what I mean? He ain't like a woman being in power day one. That's my thinking. That's just how he rolled, which is not right. It's not right at all. But that's the reason why I think it was a black woman that was in charge. Quan had a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? Quan was just rolling with it because Stefano was the recommendation. You know what I mean? Yep. So we can't forget Quan is now reconnected with Unique. Okay, that's gonna be crazy. What you say? One more thing, Pop. I'm gonna get you, Brees. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna catch. You're gonna get a spanking. Okay. So, yep. So, and remember the whole Phil Russo conversation with Unique. The big thing that stood out to me in that meeting was, well, do you have a plan? You just got a big mouth. You don't got a plan. You don't even got a crew right now. You got bumped 2 times. You got elbowed 2 times. Why should I mess with you? Why should I retaliate on Rock, who took out Stefano? She just did the work for me. Now I'm a bigger boss in New Jersey with Baselli out of the way. You know what I'm saying? But Phil Russo, once Unique gets the crew together, reconnects. He already reconnected with Quan. Now Unique gonna come back and talk and have a conversation with Phil Russo and talk about doing work in New Jersey with Phil Russo through the connection of Quan. You know what I'm saying? Quan is gonna be the supplier to Unique, and they're gonna do what they gotta do in Southside, and then he gonna expand out to Jersey. And yeah, Unique gonna be on top again. And then it's gonna be a whole war because Rock ain't gonna feel that. So we gonna see. This is gonna be crazy, just crazy. But again, thank you guys for joining me today for Deserved It or Not. Famous, rest in peace to Famous, right? Whether we think he's lame, Fame, or he didn't deserve to die. Again, shout out to the actor who played Famous. He did definitely a good job for these 4 seasons. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, it was definitely good. Appreciate you, DeMarcus, again. Thank you for the super chat, my brother. There we go with the off topics. You and these off topics. Where did you start this off topic thing, bro? Which song better? Falsetto by The Dream or Buy You a Drink by T-Pain? I like Buy You a Drink. Buy You a Drink is more popular to me. You know what I'm saying? I could sing it right now. Buy you a drink. You know what I'm saying? With the old auto-tune thing. So I like both songs, but it is what it is. All right, family. Salute to you. Have a great Saturday. And I'm going to see y'all on the other side. You know what I mean? We're going to get this thing going, man. We're going to get this thing going. Salute. Thank you again for carrying us over 18,000. Let's head on up to 20,000, 25, 100,000, 1 million subscribers. Let's do this, family. All right? Appreciate you. Much love. All right. Till next time. Salute.